joined by the entire OG
OG.
team. So, guys, I don't even need to ask you how you're doing after that victory. We've got a couple of questions though for you. Starting off with Seb. Seb, you went through that entire qualifiers without dropping a single game. What are you feeding these boys?
Bench swaps mostly and IO tethers, and it does the job. Yeah.
And yeah, just looking through the drafts, who is doing the drafting for the team as well? Because you've looked, so on the level. Everyone's looked impressive in coming through into this one. So who's actually starting it as a captain in the draft, and who's calling the shots throughout the game?
I guess I'm taking most of the responsibility in the draft, but it's a team effort really. Everybody participates and we prepare all together. So it's input from everyone, but at the end of the day, I'm just a button presser. So, but yeah, we draft together. Everybody has good input and good understanding. So we're well aligned in that sense. So yeah, and in game it's very dynamic. I think it depends on most of the game, who's playing what, and the situation. Everybody's capable of making calls. So yeah, it changes from one game to the other, I guess.
Okay, that's great to hear that you've got this synergy going, that everybody feels comfortable making the calls.
Right, so I have one question, and mine is actually for each player. So we can start like from left to bottom. Let's say because of this win here, OG comes to you guys and they're like, because you won, you can travel anywhere in the world. Just pick a place, quick vacation. Where are you guys going?
Who's starting
So-
with this one?
You can start maybe.
All right.
What was it? Vacation anywhere in the world?
Yeah.
that the
where would
question?
you go?
Probably like China or Japan. I think culture is very interesting. Food's very different. It'll be exciting vacation.
We dropped out. Okay.
Artem,
so-
go next.
Nice.
Oh. Well, hard for me to answer because I would love to go home, but I can't, So yeah, Ukraine would be my answer.
Right. Seb, go. Seb.
It's me. Where am I going? I'm going to Lebanon. Haven't been there in a while. I miss it. Yeah.
Okay. And Whisper as well. Have you got any destinations in mind?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Probably, I don't know. No idea.
Okay. Well, it's you've got a lot of time to think about it as well, so you are going to be able to get yourself, some time, get some answers. Maybe for the next time we're doing a full team interview. And moving through the questions, Ari, I have one for you. You said yesterday against Team Secret that maybe you wasn't being respected because they were, saying, "Oh, you can only play that hoodwink." But Tundra here, they've let you get that hoodwink every single match. Do you feel respected here that they're letting you play your best hero of the game all 3 games in a row?
To be honest, I was actually saying to my team after the game, I feel really offended that they are gonna let me play it all 3 games. Like, do they not think I'm good, or what's the problem? What's the problem here, guys?
Okay, so well, we might have to get a bit of beef there between you and Tundra if they don't respect you. But yeah, you played really well on that hoodwink, and are you surprised actually that they let you have it all the way through? Were you looking to play any different heroes?
Yeah, we draft prepped for both with and without hoodwink, but we kind of assumed they would ban it based on secret, I think, and how much I've played it. But not completely surprised, because if they do ban it, then that means we're getting something else that's pretty strong. Like against Secret, we got Chen, so could go either way, really.
Okay, well, that's it is a good pickup and nice to let you have that. Moving through Yuragi, you played so well in that entire series, but are you forcing Seb to pick up these sacrificial heroes so you can make these big dives in, and he's got your back if you do get a little bit too deep?
Can't go anywhere without him. And the
Fair
swaps
enough.
and the tethers.
Okay, that's nice to hear. And Seb, are you happy to be that sacrificial lamb? You're just jumping yourself in and throwing yourself on the grenade if Yuragi does go a little bit too far.
Of course, because I can always blame my cores. This way, it's perfect. Like zero responsibility. I blame my cores. It's easy gameplay. I love it.
Good stuff.
So
It's nice to hear.
I know it's been not that long, but anyone can chime in on this one. What's the biggest difference so far between the new format and the DPC? Like, how are you guys feeling about that?
Hard to say because the year is kind of just getting started. I guess the biggest difference is that there's like another skill that teams need to develop probably is managing their schedule and travel schedule and practice schedule a little bit, with more like calculation, I guess, like doing it smart to not get burnt out and peaking at the right time, back to what it used to be. So maybe some teams don't have enough experience in that, but yeah, I think that's like the big difference that there's gonna be moving forward.
Yeah, and I guess with a team as international as yours, that's probably an even bigger issue, right? Because you probably like people want to go home and they like you don't want to be to. I guess you can be together all the time, but it probably is nice to have that time apart, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And moving through PCM, question for you: have you ever lost a lane? Because I mean, you came through every series I've watched from you here. You coming into matchups you might not even be in your favor, and you're just pulling it out of the bag every single time. So how are you playing these lanes? How are you approaching them?
That's not completely accurate, but thank you. I mean, not. I think second game lane was really rough,
Mhm.
and I don't know. Sometimes I play well, sometimes I play terrible. So I guess today was one of the good days.
Okay, I mean, as long as you're on the ball on the day and maybe being helped out by your teammates as well, keeping you in the game, keeping those spirits up. But I like I say, you have looked impressive on everything. Maybe I'm the good luck charm then. Maybe I should be watching you more because it feels like every match I've watched, you have been really impressive. So hopefully you are going to be able to follow that through into the LAN itself as well.
All right, I have one here for Ari. Ari, I think you might be the player that got the most MMR the fastest, or at least that I've heard. So, do you have any tips here for grinding MMR to improving as a player? Because, like, your first official match in the Wikipedia is 2022, and like you're playing for OG now. How was that for you?
For MMR, I think you always just have to remember that no one else in the game that you meet matters. You're the only person that matters for climbing MMR. So anything they do, anything they say, you can't let it upset you or affect you. If it does, you should just mute them straight away. And this way you'll always focus on your own gameplay. And as long as you're like objective and real with yourself, then you should be able to improve from every game you play and without getting too upset. And then very naturally, I think you'll just climb quickly if this is your mentality.
Okay.
I'm
And
taking
do you
notes.
think? Oh, sorry. Do you think like obviously you were playing other esports? Like, do you think it's just that type of mentality is something you develop like playing competitive games, or is something that is maybe natural to some people?
I mean, to be honest, I think this kind of mentality can start from like a very young age, like let's say like 5, for example. It's just kind of the way you're raised, the people you're surrounded with, your kind of upbringing, the kind of ways you spend your time in your life. I think all of these things will have effect, and then such mentalities kind of get built on this. But definitely will get advanced by like wanting to compete and wanting to be better. That's kind of how you get led to it as well.
Okay. And Whisper, I do have a question for you. Coming
Mhm.
over into the Western European region, how has it differed from the regions you've been playing in before? Do you feel more comfortable in Western Europe, or is it a little bit more chaotic? How do you feel over here?
I feel good. I think it's different, no? South America is really different to Europe. But I was really excited to play with this team,
Mhm.
Seb and and BCM, Space, Ari, etc. And no, just I don't know, just I really just feel happy. Sorry, I was I'm a little nervous for this interview in English. Is I don't know,
That's fine.
weird for me.
Was there any fear coming into, because Pure had his Ursa, he had that Meepo in game number 1. Were you coming into that lane with any fear, or were you just, hyped to just be playing against in the grand finals?
Sorry, what do you mean? Pardon?
So, Pure is known for his Ursa, and the
Mhm.
Meepo is a really strong hero at the minute. So, coming into your off lane, were you scared at all coming in? Was there any fear coming into that one, or were you confident coming into that lane?
I played a lot of pops
Mhm.
versus the heroes like Ursa or Meep or and else. And I think I feel really
Mhm.
confident to play with versus them. I know you just need to buy I don't know Jules, Force, and else,
Okay.
and the game is easy. So.
Okay, that's nice to know. And yeah, a lot of teams struggling against the Meepo. So, it was a really impressive feat, you taking that down. And we'll see, moving forward if they're going to be able to do it, if you are going to be able to do it again, because it just feels like that Meepo, is it that as strong as it looks?
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
The hero could be good or not. It's 50-50. Depends of the game.
Okay. And Bowie, any more questions now moving through before we let OG give the final thoughts on the series itself?
No, I think I'm done. These guys, they deserve to celebrate. It's been a pretty long day for them, so I'm happy to just let them have fun and enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay. And OG, any final thoughts before we do say goodbye? Any shout outs? Anyone you want to say hello to before we end the interview?
Shout out to Misha, our coach, that helped us a lot, and shout out to Bonkers, our wonderful manager, also
Shout out
helped
to
a lot.
Bunkers. Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Bunkers.
dropping the great Dora knowledge bomb for Bonkers mostly. Really knows what he's talking about, so that's always good. And shout out to all the OG fans. Thank you for the support. Happy to bring some wins to you guys. It's been a while, but this is the first of a long series, hopefully. So yeah, shout out to everyone supporting us. Big thanks, big love.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us for the interview now as well, and hopefully it is the first of many. But we are going to be able to let you go, so you are going to be able to celebrate it in your own ways. Thank you very much for joining us, and again, hopefully we see you on the next qualifier winner interview.
Yes. Thank you.